Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to another MAMJ Let's Play. Today we're playing a game called Sweet Fuse at Your Side. Now, show of hands, how many of you guys out there actually know what this game is? Because I had no idea what it was until I stumbled across it not too long ago. Pretty much after Zero Time Dilemma was done and I wanted something else to play, I came across this game and it's very, very interesting to say the least. You're playing as Keiji Inafune's niece, I believe, which hopefully you guys know who Keiji Inafune is, but if you don't, he's most well known for like being the creator of Mega Man and other games like that. But also, I believe one of the writers for either Danganronpa or Zero Time Dilemma was attached to this game at one point in time. And once you see the game, you'll kind of see why the connection there is made. But it's going to be very interesting. It's an otome game, which means it's going to be more of a dating simulator, but from what I've heard, it's a really good game with a lot of different endings and pretty much what you're expecting from a game like Danganronpa or Zero Time Dilemma. So hopefully it's fun. We're going to give it a try and see what it's all about. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. Okay, we'll stay with Saki Inafune. That's totally 100% acceptable. Yes. For those of you that want to know where I found this game, it's actually on the PlayStation Store. It's $9.99. It's originally a PSP game, but you can play it on the Vita if you want to. Okay. Is it morning already? I guess I fell asleep after all. Shut up, alarm. Much better. Well, Uncle, I hope you're ready. My uncle is the creator of a new theme park called the Gamatorium. He'd invited me to the pre-opening event, but I'd been so excited and restless I'd barely slept. Alright, Kane de Bo. Let's hope it goes well. Why Kane de Boo? Or whatever that is. What? This little guy, is called Kane de Boo. He's the Gamatorium's mascot. My uncle gave him to me a while back. He's super adorable, but more importantly, he looks like a rice ball, and rice balls are delicious, are they not? Yes. Anyway, I got out of bed as fast as I could. I had big plans for my day at the park. I wish I could bring some of my friends, but the invite said it was just for staff and their relatives. Oh well, I'm sure I can have lots of fun all by myself. Alright, time to get dressed. Gosh, I can't believe it's actually really finally opening. I guess he was telling the truth. My uncle is Keiji Inafune, a game creator known throughout the universe. He had been telling me for years that his dream was to make a theme park from all his favorite games. Really? That was his dream? Wow, okay.
Saki, おじさんはいつかテーマパークを作る。それも
I don't think that's how Kenji sounds.
お前も思うだろう。テレビゲームの中のヒーローやヒロインに会ってみたい。
Okay. It's not that surprising he did it, really. He's almost making his dreams into reality. And video games are a pretty big deal these days. Oh, aren't they? Every single thing in the theme park is based on a popular game. Oh, so maybe there's a bunch of references and Easter eggs. That'd be nice. Ah, this is my stop. I sure hope nothing bad happens today. Oh, I hope so too. This is so weird. Okay, let's see what happens. It's a pretty nice theme park here. I made my way out of the busy station and walked quickly toward the park, excitement putting a spring in my step. This is it. This is the Gamatorium. The only people who'd been allowed in were staff members, their family, and some news crews. But even so, the place was packed. Aha! Looks like that seat's open. We smiled at each other as I sat down in the empty seat. At who? Did you sit down? Did you smile at the seat? I could see a number of older men in suits sitting on the stage in the front. I figured they must be the park's managers and owners. In front of the stage was a whole row of cameras. They had to belong to the press. It's really getting a lot of attention, huh? I saw a story about how the Gamatorium was about to open on TV just the other day. I was still looking around excitedly when I heard the drum roll start up. It sounded like things were about to start. From somewhere near the stage, I could hear a band begin to play. This is it! It's finally starting!
皆様
That's Kenji?
金道具のサブランドにお越しくださいました。
Thank you.
このテーマパークをプロデュースしましたゲームクリエイターの稲船でございます。
That's him. That's my uncle. I almost leapt up to wave at him before I caught myself.
さて、当ブロッサムランドですが。
Huh? Is something wrong with the mic? I can't hear him. He stepped back from the mic confused and tapped it a couple times. I hope everything's okay. I was starting to fidget when suddenly... What? What? Okay. What is this? I can see my uncle running back and forth and he's just running across the stage like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the heck is going on? Who was that voice? What were they talking about? Something was wrong. Even from far away, I could see that the men in suits all looked very stiff.
Oi!
I turned toward where he was pointing. What? That's a weird pose. A crowd of people in what looked like black unitards were running in through the entrance. I like that one. Hey, I'm a bad guy. Doubt it. Of course, that would make sense. My uncle has always been good at thinking up fun stuff, and he's got a great sense of humor. The guys in unitards ran up to the stage and started tying up the men in business suits. That uncle, he's so silly. I couldn't begin to guess what was going to happen next, so I just kept watching with bated breath. Okay. The same mascot I had on my phone strap. I wasn't sure what he meant by doing away with Kanedebo. What did that mean the park was gonna close? Gosh, Uncle Kenji, you sure think of some weird stuff. Everyone seemed stunned that the park's mascot would be done away with on the first day. Looking at how worked up the audience had gotten, I was sure my uncle was feeling pretty proud of himself. Then suddenly, smoke filled the stage and I could just barely make out something rising up from below it. Oh, hi. What is that? A costume? It looked a little like Kanedebo, but it was different. Okay. That's a weird voice. I had to stifle a laugh. His voice didn't match up with his costume at all. He performed an odd sort of self-indulgent pirouette and bowed. Okay. Boom. Oh, cool. Literally boom. Huh? No sooner had he spoken than the Ferris wheel exploded in a thunderous roar of flames. We watched, mouths hanging open, as the symbol of the park crumbled to the ground in the cloud of smoke. I'm starting to think maybe this wasn't just an act. As soon as I turned back to the stage, the entire crowd erupted in panic. The screams of frightened people quickly drowned out the fading rumble of the Ferris wheel's collapse. What? This pig isn't done yet? No, forget about him. I have to save Uncle Kenji. I fought my way through the hundreds of terrified attendees toward the stage. Even as I did, Count Hogstein continued his stupid speech. See, it's very Danganronpa or Zero Time Dilemma-esque, so there has to be some people that were attached to this project. Okay. What a weird laugh. What? Oh, blow up the park. What the hell are you talking about? Taking my uncle and the park staff hostage isn't a game, you jerk. This park is my uncle's dream, and there were so many people looking forward to enjoying it. What should I do? I have heard that, like, she's a really spunky character. Like, she's not your typical, like, oh, save me kind of character, so I think this is going to be pretty fun. Right. Hey, hold on. Everybody else is trying desperately to escape, but I raised my hand high in the air. Count Hogstein frowned. I'll take your challenge. I volunteer as tribute. I don't really know what his game is, and if I'm being honest, this is pretty scary, but thanks to Uncle Keiji, I've gotten pretty good at figuring out game logic. Count Hogstein stared at me for a moment, then snorted. Yeah, I'll do it. I know what I'm doing. I stole a quick glance at my uncle, tied up and gagged. He looked worried. I gave him the slightest of nods, careful not to let Count Hogstein notice. I can't let this park get blown up by that creep. I'll solve his stupid puzzles and I'll save my uncle. Yeah, let's do it. Stage 1. So far it's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the game, though. Oh wow, he built his own little thing, didn't he? Okay. Well, they told all the participants to come to this plaza, so here I am. Also, why only 7? Oh, look at these lovely fellows. Which one's gonna be my knight in shining armor? I see 6 other people. Count Hogstein had mentioned 7 heroes, which means the other 6 people were probably the other participants. And you guys too. Okay, cool. That voice, it's him.
お出ましみたいだな。
やっと。まったく待ちくたびれたよ。
しかし声はすれども姿が見えませんね。一体どこから。
True.
あそこだ。あの像の裏から声が聞こえる。
Statue? Oh, I see it. There's a TV on its back and it's showing Count Hogstein, but the statue is... Yes, it is. Yeah, you got that right. Boogie. It's so weird. Why does he want us to stop him? You know, like, you'd think he would just go ahead and blow up the whole place.
魔王って自分で言うか普通。
This guy was like, did you really just call yourself, like, evil? Would you say that by yourself? Well, at least he realizes he's the antagonist. Exactly. Well, thank you. Bye. And now he's gone.
自由奔放な方ですね。
雑談タイムって言われてもさ、本当に自己紹介とかするの？
I mean, you guys are all question marks to me right now. It doesn't help me very much.
まあ、魔王への旅を共にするとなりゃ、名前が必要になるのは確かだな。
Okay, are we having real names or fake names?
素性を明かすことは他人を信用する道につながる。
Okay.
まずは俺から名乗るとしよう。俺は指導スバル、警部補だ。
Oh, you're police.
警部補？本物？当然だ。この通り警察手帳もある。へえ、すごい。本物初めて見たよ。
You've never seen a real cop, like, ever? What's a detective doing in an amusement park?
非番でその格好はねえわな。警備か何かってところか。
ああ、オープニングイベントの警備を指揮していた。
Well, you did an amazing job, Mr. Tsubaru Shido.
おいおい、それじゃあ何か。
Yeah, seriously.
こんな状況を招いた元凶が勇者様の一味なのかよ。
He wants to rectify his wrongs. He's just glaring. I guess he's not the good cop.
まあまあ、ここで私たちが争っても何も始まりません。落ち着いていきましょう。私は浦部君丸と申します。
Okay.
職業はご覧の通り占い師です。
That means you're walking around with the crystal ball, so... He's like, I'm a professional bowler. Well, that's a nice change of pace. He seems like he's pretty nice, if a little weird. And he really does look like a fortune teller.
ではお次はあなたですね。
Are you telling a fortune or are you just picking somebody? Did he not hear? I think it's your turn. What's your name?
目押しコータ無職。
Oh, cool.
うわ、暗。
God. It's like, oh God, you're dark. Huh. I guess he doesn't talk much. But this kid, I feel like I've seen his face somewhere before.
次は僕の番だけど、僕は名乗らなくてもわかるよね。
Oh,
テレ
cool.
ビで見たことあるでしょ。
I don't need to introduce myself. I'm on the internet. Yeah, nobody knows who I am. And nobody knows who you are either. What's your name?
いや。
Yes!
申し訳ありません。
Uh,
私も世俗には少々。
I love everybody already.
テレビに興味がない。
ああ、見たような気はするんだが、悪いな。
Oh
この
God!
先必要ないと判断した知識は頭から抜けちまうんだ。
Oh.
嘘でしょ、一人も。
How do those sick burns feel?
うわ、ショック。少年時代ジュニア知らないの？一応今日のイベントにもゲストで招かれてた芸能人なんだけどな。
So like a boy band? Of course, I remember. The Junior Boys was a boy band that was super popular, mostly with girls. All the members were really cute, and a bunch of my classmates were fans. Boy bands aren't really my thing, you know. That explains why he looked familiar, though.
やっぱりおじさん世代には知名度が低いんだな。もっと頑張ろうと。
Snap.
というわけで、若さとは改めてよろしく。
Hi. I think that old guy's comment might have made things a bit awkward here, but this kid's definitely got the face of a star.
よし、そんじゃ次は俺だな。俺は御手嵐流星。職業はホストだ。
Oh. Okay. What?
なあ、銀座のユリシーズって店でナンバーワンを張ってる。
So yeah, he's a host.
姉ちゃんも俺の店に来ればいつでも最高の夢を見せてやるぜ。
Nah. I don't want to hook up with you. He doesn't really look like an escort, but the way he talks.
刑事に占い師、無職、アイドルときてホストまでいるのか。なんとまあ。
That is a very
見事に
broad
バラ
range
バラ
of
な
people.
面々だな。おい、そういうあんたは何者なんだよ。ああ、失礼。確かに情報はギブアンドテイクが基本だ
It
な。
definitely is.
俺は調べ歩む。フリーのライターだ。ここにはオープニングイベントの取材で来ていたんだが。まあ。
Well, you're gonna get a scoop, alright.
様だ。
He sighed.
さて、最後はあなたですね。
It's me! Yay! Hi!
こんな得体の知れないゲームに自ら参加した物好きか。
Suspicious? I'm Saki Inafune. I'm a high school student.
予想はしてたが、本当に高校生かよ。ただの学生がどうしてこんなゲームに立候補なんてしたんだ？
To stop the bombs, of course, and to rescue the hostages. After I spoke, they all fell silent.
なんというか、若いな。
Don't be weird.
信じられないよ。僕だったら速攻で逃げる。っていうか、正直今も帰りたい気持ちでいっぱい。
Wait, he said I would have run away, but why didn't you?
帰っていいのなら僕も。
So they didn't have a choice.
つうかワルドブーの野郎はどうしたんだよ。この像を蹴飛ばしはまた出てくるか？
Maybe.
おい、あれを魚でするような行動は慎め。人質の安否が不明なうちはむやみに動くな。
さすが刑事様は言うことが違うな。てめえよりも他人の心配か。
人命を優先するのは当然のことだ。警察官としても人としても。
Oh, snap.
確かに人質の方たちのことは気になりますね。そうだ、私の水晶で占ってみますか。
悪いが俺は非科学的なものは信じない。
Okay.
そうですか。それは残念です。
Can we see his fortune? Is he gonna die soon?
早く帰りたい。
I wanna sit. This is disappointing. None of these guys really feel like hero material. But I guess none of them chose to be here, so I can't really blame them for being upset. I'm just worried about whether or not we can pull this off. Oh, he's back. Yes, please, tell me what's going on. I hadn't noticed until that moment that one of the people in the black unitards had appeared next to us. There was no question he was the piglet. Thank you.
たいぶりやがってめんどくせえな。ここでいやいいだろ。
まあまあみたらしさ。状況が状況ですし、今は彼の言う通りに。
なんだと。
Yeah, maybe we should follow him.
従った方がいいんじゃない？ここでぼーっとしてても進まなそうだしさ。
そうだな。まずはタワーの中に入ろう。情報は足で稼げってな。
Better get all that information. But just what kind of game is he gonna make us play? The killing game. No, I don't think this one's gonna be that dark. Nice castle. We followed the piglet inside the castle Count Hogstein had indicated. It wasn't long before it opened up into a magnificent room that looked like a banquet hall from a period drama. You.
なんだよあいつ。豚のくせして玉座なんかに腰掛けやがって。ふざけてんな。
おい、聞こえるぞ。人質の身に何かあったらどうする？
Oh my god, calm down, dude. Seriously. Shido, not liking you too much. You're supposed to be the heroic type, but god, he's so uptight. Seven rules. 7 people. Okay, what's going on?
階段の下に何やら怪しげなものが置かれておりますね。
青い布がかけられている 箱のような形をしているな。
The box looked like it was about twice as tall as the piglet standing at attention next to it. What was in there? This didn't feel good.
おい、ルールを説明するんじゃないのか。
Oh, once a day, huh? A lot of sevens in this.
はあ ?7 時間ぽっちだと？
そして2つ目のルールはこの私に決して手を出さないこと。当然私の配下でもあるあの子に手を出すのも NG です。
次のルールは
3つ目のルールは当たり前のことですが、危険に巻き込まれても自己責任だということ。
We're signing a waiver?
ハンコもついてもらいますからね。
I don't think that's necessary when you've kind of committed like a terrorist act on an amusement park, but okay.
せこいな。
で、4つ目はゲームのクリアに失敗するとアトラクションは問答無用で爆破されますのでお力ず。
Okay, don't fail.
卑怯。
そして5つ目のルールは外部との連絡は禁止いたします。絶対禁止。
連絡禁止？どうしよう。スケジュールに穴が開いちゃうよ。
He said his schedule doesn't have room for that.
それをすればご愁傷様。こんな場所に遊びに来てしまったばかりにお気の毒。
What a jerk.
で、次は3つ目のルールですが、外部への脱出も禁止します。そして7つ目、もしルールを破ったら人質は死亡します。
Okay, so we don't die, it's the hostages that die. Oh no! As soon as he'd finished talking, Count Hogstein began to laugh, his stomach jiggling obscenely. How can he laugh about killing people? He's awful. I frowned, trying to think of something to say when... Dude, don't get yourself killed.
よせ。感情に流されるままに行動するのは愚かな人間のすることだ。
うっせえ。俺はあいつのこと一発殴ってやんねえと。
I don't think that's a
気
good
が済まねえん
idea.
だ。
Shido was doing his best to hold Mitarashi back, but I wasn't sure how long he'd last. You need to calm down. If you get mad, you're just doing what he wants.
そうですよ。ルールにはワルドブーに手を出すなとありました。
Yep.
破れば人質の身が危うくなります。
ちくしょう。
He swore and shook off Shido, slamming his fist into a nearby pillar.
お利口さんが混じっていて安心しました。
With a slimy smile, he clapped his hands. At his signal, the piglets took hold of the blue cloth. It fell away from the box, revealing... What I thought was a box was actually a giant cage, and inside of it was my uncle and the park management.
なるほどな。いつでも人質を始末できるぞというあいつのご挨拶か。
That's not good.
その通り、悪く思わないでくださいね。あなた方がルールを守りさえしてくれれば、私はひどいことをしません。あなたで帰って引き落とすような真似はね。
Wow. Metal ball. As I spoke, he grinned and looked up toward the ceiling. I followed his gaze. Yeah, there's definitely a metal ball.
なんてことだ。檻の上に鉄球が。
No. It was all too clear what Count Hogstein's message was. That's...
あんなのが落ちてきたらみんなぺしゃんこだね。
It was what we were all thinking, even if I'd been too afraid to say it.
抵抗できない相手に向かってなんて卑怯な。
もし私に手を出していたら、あれが落ちてきて、
Wow. He was so smug. I just wanted to punch him in that big, massive, jiggly gut every time he opened his mouth.
とにかくあなた方には7つのルールを守った上でアトラクションのクリアを目指してもらいます。アトラクションの内部には謎が仕掛けられていますので皆さんで力を合わせて
Interesting.
解いて
You guys got your puzzle caps on?
クリアできなかったらアトラクションは爆破か。
言うの忘れておりましたがアトラクションの爆破と同時にあなた方も
Oh,
飛んじゃいますのでお気をつけください。
thanks for that.
なんだって？
So we're gonna be on the attractions as the puzzles are occurring. He was talking about killing people, about killing us. How could he be so casual? I won't let him get away with this. Everyone else was staring at the arrogant pig, probably thinking the same thing I was. Everyone except for Wakasa.
ああ、もうなんなんだよ。どうして僕がこんなゲームに参加しなくちゃなんないんだよ。
Because nobody knows who you are. He slumped to the ground holding his head. I'd volunteered to play Hogstein's sick game, but Wakasa hadn't. None of them had. I guess they're victims too. I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. There was no guarantee one of these men wouldn't try to escape. I knew my uncle, but apart from that, the hostages were complete strangers to all of us. I'm really not sure about these guys. I don't know anything about them. No, I have to trust them. We're gonna be working together for 7 days. If I don't trust them... I shook my head. We'd never be able to win Hogstein's games unless we trusted each other. The characters in Uncle Kenji's games always talked about how important it was to believe in other people. I leveled the glare at the pig. There was no way I was going to lose.
さて、ルールの説明も一通り終わったので、そろそろ本日のゲームを始めましょうか。
ようやくおいでなすったか。
Yep, time to go.
今日のゲームの舞台は RPG ワイルドとなります。さあ、皆さん、とっとと移動してくださいね。
Okay, so each one's like a different genre? This is cool. This is really cool. Another piglet appeared to guide us, and we set off for the RPG attraction Hogstein had indicated. That's a huge theme park. Before the opening, my uncle had told me that the park was divided into 7 different themed areas. Everything is 7. Each area has a main attraction that represented the theme. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so I glanced around as I walked, trying to compare what I was seeing to what I remembered about the park's layout. No one spoke, and our footsteps were heavy and slow. Everyone's mind was on what the pig had told us. Whatever. Right now, I need to concentrate on figuring out how to beat these games. I was glaring so hard at the back of the piglet's head, I didn't hear Shido start talking.
一つだけ明確なのは、これから行われるゲームとやらのクリアに、この7人の命がかかっているということか。
Yep.
んなことさっきあの豚が言っただろ。一回言われればわかるっての。
He's so naggy.
まあ確かにそうだが、今は状況を整理する必要がある。それに、このランドの詳しい情報が必要だ。チッ。
Well, I know a little bit about it. I explained to them what I'd been thinking earlier. So the main attraction in the RPG part of the park is probably...
武士道ファンタジー7。
なんだお前、やけに詳しいじゃないか。
別に。
Ah,
たまたまだ、たまたま。
he's a secret gamer. That seems like a kind of weird response, but whatever. Shido frowned at Mitarashi, then turned to me. Yes?
お前が詳しいのも、奴と同じくたまたまなのか
Oh no. But what? No, well, I'm related to someone who works for the park.
関係者。それではもしや先ほどの檻の中にいらしたのでは。
Yeah, they were.
なるほど。それでガテンが言った。身内を救うために、お前は女だてらにこんな危険なことに首を。
Even though I'm a girl, what's that supposed to mean? Yeah.
それは胸中お察しいたします。
Oh, thank you, Urabe. Urabe squeezed my hand reassuringly and gave me a somber bow. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned my uncle earlier. Or maybe I should have mentioned bleh. Maybe I should have mentioned my uncle earlier. Then they might have been more willing to help me. I thanked him and let go of his hand.
まあとにかく今俺たちはその武士道なんとかというアトラクションに向かっているんだな。
武士道ファンタジー7は妖怪の主ヌラリヒョンに支配された江戸の国を取り戻すためにヌラリヒョンが君臨する大江戸城を目指して武士が仲間と共に旅をする
Nunarihyon, that's a Japanese like spirit, if I remember right. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure it was a Japanese like ghost.
ほう。お前さんやけに詳しいな。元になったゲームを知ってるのか？
ゲーム好きなんだ。今日だって会場で限定の DLC が配布されるって言うから来た。
This game came out like I don't even know how many years ago. It came out on PSP. Did they have DLC back then? I can't even remember when they started adding it. Oh, so that's why he knows about it. Mitadashi frowned.
あ？ DLC？
Yeah, there you go.
ダウンロードコンテンツのことだよ。
It sure does. It's still here.
とにかくこれで元ネタの内容は大体つかめた。問題はそれが一体どんなアトラクションになってるかだな。
ワルドブーのことです。考えもつかないような罠を仕掛けているに違いありませんね。
だろうな。
Shirabe sighed and shifted the cigarette in his... Wait, that's not a cigarette. It's a snack. It looks like a Pocky. So, he likes sweets? Huh, I never would have guessed. I totally thought that it was a cigarette. For some reason, I found my eyes drawn to it. It was almost hypnotic.
あとは実際にこの目で確かめるしかないようだな。
Yeah. If all of this hadn't happened, what would Samurai Fantasy VII have been like? I felt sad. I had a feeling Uncle Keiji did too. Probably since he's, you know, in a steel cage with a giant metal ball hanging above him. It's Samurai Fantasy VII! The gate looked like the one from the European castle, but the towers that rose up behind it looked Japanese. It would have come across as cheesy and contrived, but I thought it was a nice touch. Really?
それより見ろよ、あそこ。
Huh? I turned to look.
ワルドブーの像。
It was just like the statue we'd seen in the plaza.
おそらくあのモニターを通じてまた奴が何か言ってくるだろう。
そうでしょうね。
もうやだよ。
Stop complaining.
だよ。
If you want to go home, you gotta solve these. Just as Wakasa began to moan, Count Hogstein appeared on the screen.
ようこそ武士道ファンタジー7の世界へ。皆さんにはこれからこの江戸の国を救するヌラリヒョンを倒すために大江戸城の中に踏み込んでもらいます。
Okay.
もうお分かりと思いますが、当然命がけですよ。
How? His disgusting voice echoed through the empty air. Wakasa had covered his ears and shut his eyes tight. Just looking at him made me feel a little helpless and scared. I volunteered for this. I have to face the consequences. Shido gave me a small nod.
おい、若さとは。お前の気持ちもわかるが、ここはもう進むしかない。ただ、彼女も気丈に振る舞っているじゃ
Of
ない
course I am, yeah. Come on, step it up. He slowly stood back up, but his face was pale, and he looked ready to collapse at any moment. Maybe he should stay out here. I don't remember there being a rule about all 7 of us having to go into the attraction.
確かにそうだな。そんなにビビってるやつ
Just leave him outside.
足手まといなだけだろ。
俺も同感だ。そんな人間がいると仲間の士気が下がるだけだ。
I love how the idol of the group is the one who's lowering morale.
それにこれから先のことを考えたら戦力は温存しておくのが上等だろうな。考えたくはないが、万が一このアトラクションを失敗したら誰が人質を助ける。
You gonna leave it to him? Are you really gonna leave it to him
そうと
though?
なると全員でアトラクションに入るってのもバカバカしいぜ。
Yeah, seriously.
一つのアトラクションごとに一人か二人でいいだろう。
じゃあ僕はここで。
But before he could even finish his sentence, Hongstein's voice rang out again.
例えば皆さんに参加を拒否されてアトラクションだけ爆破してもつまらないで
Figures.
しょ。それに7人で力を合わせなければクリアなんてとてもとても
There was something about what he'd said that triggered new feelings of apprehension. I glanced over at the others to see them staring silently at the screen.
仕方ないな。全員で行くぞ。
分かったよ。行けばいいんだろ。
You don't have a choice, dude. You're gonna have to go. Hogstein nodded sanctimoniously.
それでは黒子に従って場内にお進みください。
The person in black turned to us and gestured. Huh? It seems like he's trying to say something.
なんとなくだけど、ついてこいって言ってる気がする。
The piglet nodded earnestly.
なんだこいつら喋れないのか。
I guess.
そんなことはどうでもいい。行くぞ。
Shido strode off toward the castle without waiting for the rest of us to follow. I trotted along behind him, and the others slowly followed suit. As we got close, the castle's gates began to grind open.
おい、ここはどんなアトラクションなんだ。
It didn't speak. It just twitched around like a worm in a frying pan. That's a weird image.
さっぱりわからんな。ここに来るまでにも何人か見かけたが、黒子ってのはみんなこうなのか。
I'm not sure. Was it possible Count Hogstein had forbidden them from talking?
おいみんな、腕時計は持っているか。
We all nodded, and each held up a watch or a cell phone. Anything with the time on it.
時計を持っているやつは時間を覚えておけ。現在12時ジャスト。
And we've got 7 hours left.
制限時間に注意して行動しなければなりませんね。
ああ、みんなも気をつけてくれ。
Will do. After all, if we didn't stay alert, in 7 hours, we'd be dead. We walked through the gate and up to the castle. Up close, the towers looked even taller. The piglet gestured for us to go in. Inside was a long hallway that looked like a set from a period movie. I could just see a room at the end of it.
ここを進むようですね。
Yeah, I think you're right. We moved down the hallway slowly and carefully until we reached a door at the end and stepped into the room. I'm curious what kind of puzzle it's gonna be. Whoa, okay.
おやおや。これは大層な部屋ですね。
Just like the outside of the castle, the interior was also an odd mix of East and West. This particular room seemed to have a stronger European influence. In the center was a statue of a creepy-looking animal. A lion, maybe? There was a large device with several panels next to the statue. Each panel had a silhouette of a person on it. The doors to the left and right had chains bolted across them. Obviously, we weren't going out that way anytime soon. This room is creepy. I sure hope we're not gonna get locked in here or something. No sooner were the words out of my mouth than the door swung shut behind us.
くそ、鍵をかけられた。
It's like we reminded them, oh yeah, God, we gotta lock the door.
どうしよう。本当に閉じ込められちゃったよ。
I meant it as a joke, but suddenly being trapped in the room with that statue didn't seem so funny. Still, standing around worrying about it was only going to waste time. If we want to get out of here, then we're gonna have to solve this puzzle. Every bit of time was precious. I started to look around the room.
おいお前、勝手な行動は慎め。まずはどうするかを慎重に
Now
考え
just push all the buttons. If you see a button, push it.
おいおい、ちんたらやってたらどんどん時間が過ぎるだけだぜ。
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I won't touch anything. I guess you don't get to be a police detective without being methodical. We do need to be cautious, but Mitarashi's right too. If we don't move quickly, we're gonna be in bad shape. I started moving around the room, examining things, and before long, the others started to do the same. That statue and the panels next to it both seemed pretty suspicious. I mumbled to myself and walked toward the statue. Then suddenly, I heard a mechanical voice begin to speak.
己が宿命に目覚め、魔性のあやかしヌエを撃つべし。撃てざればヌエの毒にて死すべし。
Cool.
何かヒントか。
What's a Nue?
多分あの像のことだ。
He raised a hand to point at the thing in the center of the room. Oh, so a Nue is an animal? I thought it was a lion or something at first, but as I looked closer, I could see that it wasn't even close.
ヌエは確か日本に伝わる伝説の生き物です。
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
なんでそんな像がここに置かれてんだ？
With all our eyes on the Nue, something that looked sort of like smoke began to spill out of its mouth. Yay, poison! Cool. What? What the heck is this?
みんな、そいつから離れよ。
His voice was slightly muffled by the handkerchief he'd suddenly pressed over his mouth and nose. The rest of us all clasped whatever we had to our own faces.
これってもしかして毒ガスなんじゃないの？
ああ、おそらく有毒ガスだな。
By now, the stuff pouring out of his mouth was purple. Clearly, it wasn't ordinary smoke. Smoke would have risen up, but this was slowly spreading out over the floor.
なるほど。これがヌエの毒ってわけか。撃てざればヌエの毒にて死すべし。
Yeah, we figured that part out. We need to figure out how to defeat it. Ayuma frowned and rubbed a hand across his rough beard.
とりあえず、下手に動かない方がいい。煙の逃げ場がないからな。動けば動くほどガスが広がる速度を速める可能性がある。
どうしよう。このままじゃ死んじゃうよ。
叫ぶな。空気を乱すんじゃない。それこそ士気が早まるだけだ。
But let's just calm down. We've still got plenty of time before the gas, we've got plenty of time.
ああ、そうだ。それまでに謎を解くぞ。いちいちビビりやがって。貴重な酸素が減るだろうが。
なんでみんなそんなに落ち着いてられるんだよ。
Wakasa, no! He shot across the room to the door we'd come in through, and began to furiously twist the handle. It's locked!
おい、動くなら空気をかき混ぜないようにそっと動けと言っているだろう。
そんなこと知るか。誰か
Oh my god, he's such a dead weight. He'd gone into a state of total panic, frantically pulling on the door that clearly wasn't going to open.
おいてめえ、人の話聞いてんのか。空気がなくなるっつってんだろ。ああ。
Wait! I gestured desperately to Mitarashi to calm down, and walked as slowly and carefully as I could over to Wakasa. Hey, Wakasa, listen to me. He looks like he's about to cry. We didn't have any time to waste, but I couldn't just leave him in a panic either. You have to calm down. We can get out of here. We just have to solve the puzzle.
そうだ絶対に大丈夫だ
When did he... As I was wondering how he moved so quietly, Shido reached out to take a hold of Wakasa's arm.
本当だな
Urabe spoke up.
ほら見てくださいガスの吹き出る速度は意外と緩やかですのでまだ時間はあります
I saw his hand loosen and slide off the doorknob. Shido was awfully reassuring. Then again, he was a police officer, and of all the people there, he seemed to be the most reliable. When he said things would be alright, you believed him. And Urabe made a good point too. Slowly and carefully, we made our way back to the statue. The thing that the voice said earlier sounded like a hint. Do any of you know what it might mean?
己が宿命に目覚め魔性のあやかしヌエを打つべし打てざればヌエの毒に徹しすべし
打てざれば以下の言葉の意味はそのままですから、私たちはまず己が宿命に目覚めの意味を考えるべきでしょうか
ひとまず周囲を調べて情報を集めるべきだろうな
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, so why don't we split up?
しめんどくせえ二手ってどう分けるんだよ
Let me think. How do we want to split up? Examine the panels with Shido, Wakasa, and Meoshi, or examine the statue Shirabe, Mitarashi, and Urabe. Let's look at the panels. I'm more curious about the panels. How about me, Shido, Wakasa, and Meoshi look at the panels?
わかったがなんで君が決めているんだ
Because I'm the main character, and you are all my potential boyfriends, husbandos. I don't know.
どうしてこういう組み合わせなわけ
Huh? What? Are they bad?
いや別に構
That's
いま
right,
せん
it is.
なんでもいいだろあんなもんはとにかく時間がねとっとと行こうぜ
Then let's get going. And with that, we split up. I mean, it's not like it's that far. You guys are inches away from each other. Shido, Wakasa, Meoshi, and I headed toward the panels.
この人型のシルエットは何だろうか見たところ格闘技か何かの表示かと思えるが
Yeah, maybe different styles? I took a closer look at the panels. Each one had a human-looking silhouette. One panel was lit up. Yeah, they look like people. One of them has a sword, and this one has a bow. Meoshi suddenly spoke up.
そのカードの下にそれぞれ名前が振ってある
あ、本当だ
RPG.
格闘家呪術師
Yep, it's an RPG classes.
特に格闘技にこだわっているというわけではないのか
Right. I wouldn't really call a mage a fighter. I was trying to figure out what it meant when Meoshi spoke.
これ職業だと
Yep. Classes? Wakasa piped up.
もしかして RPG とかに出てくるやつ
Mm-hmm.
そうだ
Right, of course. I get it now. I punched my hand in victory. The panels just had to be for character classes, just like he said. But only one of them is lit up.
光ってるのは格闘家のカードだね
Why only that one? There had to be some sort of meaning to it.
おいメオシコータお前はこのアトラクションの元になっているゲームに詳しいんだったな
まあ一通りはプレイした
Oh, just once?
内容をざっくりでいいので教えてほしい
武士道ファンタジー7は武士である主人公が旅をする中で様々な者たちと出会い最終的に7人パーティーになるんだ
A party of 7? That must be what the panels are. I realized I was yelling and quickly shut my mouth, but Shido nodded thoughtfully.
おそらくそれで間違いないだろ
I'm not sucking in too much air?
7人の勇者か。
でもその7人の勇者の中で格闘家のキャラだけが光ってる意味は分かんないよ。
ひとまず一旦像を調べていたチームと合流して情報を整理しよう。
We all agreed and headed back toward the statue and the other team. Alright, so what do we got? We met up again and began to exchange information. Alright, let's go over everything. The panels are 7 adventurers from Samurai Fantasy 7. God, so hard to read. The only one that is lit is the monk. The 5 buttons on the Nue are on the head, neck, leg, stomach, and tail. That's everything, right? Everyone nodded.
パネルと像、この2つの要素が一体どう絡んでいるのか。そして己が宿命に目覚めヌエを打つの意味との関わりは。
This is tough. What does awaken to your destiny mean? As we thought, the soft hiss of gas filled the silence. We have to do something, and soon. Or... I glanced down at the time. An hour had already passed. I could see everyone else was feeling the pressure too. All around the room were twitchy feet and bit lips.
こんなんじゃ拉致が開かねえぜ。一か八かボタンを押してみるべきじゃねえか。
Huh? But wait, stop! I tried to grab him, but he just shook me off.
おいよせ。
Shido dashed forward to try and stop him, but Mitarai hit the button on the statue's leg before he could. Everyone froze. Huh? A bright chime echoed through the room as the light on the monk panel clicked off and the mage lit up.
今度は呪術師のカードが
So
光る。
each one's supposed to attack a certain area of the body?
あ、本当だ。
やってみるもんだ。ビクビクするんじゃねえ。あ、
これ以上むやみに触るな。
うるせえ。俺に指図すんじゃねえよっと。
Nice. Before anyone else could stop him, Mitarashi smacked the button on the newest stomach.
みたらし流星、お前。
He grabbed the other man by the collar and shook him. No, stop! I tried to shove them apart, but as I did...
なんだよこの音。
Oh! Oh!
呪術師のカードの色が赤になっています。
なんだと。
それにヌエの口から出てくるガスの量が
Oh,
増え
this
た。
sucks. Mitarashi and Shido leapt away from the statue, and I could see gas was indeed pouring out of its mouth much faster now.
貴様、状況が分かっているのか。行動の一つ一つに俺たち全員の命がかかっているんだぞ。
悪かったって。でもよ、俺が思い切ってボタンを押したおかげでボタン
We
に
do have
何
an
かの
idea.
法則があることが分かったじゃないか。
それはそうだが、しかし万が一のことを考えてもう少し話し合ってから。
Mayoshi quietly raised his hand. Did you notice something?
今の流れを見ていて一つ思い出したことがある。
What did you remember then?
ああ、武士道ファンタジー7ではヌエは中盤の山場のボスで確か倒し方が特殊なんだ。
特殊というのは。
ヌエの弱点は弓矢。ただ弓矢で攻撃するためには一定の手順が必要。
Okay.
まず格闘家の必殺技を足にぶち込む。そしてヌエの足を止め、次に術師が尻尾の蛇を眠らせて
Oh.
攻撃無効化の魔法を遮断する。
Because there's a snake on the tail, so that puts the tail to sleep.
最後にようやくカリュールが弓で攻撃してヌエを倒す。
But we have 7 people. Monk, Mage, Hunter. There's a panel for each one on here, right?
そうか、それで最初に格闘家のカードが点灯してたんだ。で、たまたまみたらしさんが足のボタンを押して正解したから、今度は呪術師のカードが光ったんだ。
なるほど。そして次に誤って腹のボタンを押してしまったため、不正解でカードが赤くなったのですね。
おそらく。
それじゃあ次は
Which button are we supposed to press next? The tail. The tail should be next.
そうそう、尻尾だったな。情報ってのは正確さが命。その場その場の出来事を正しく覚えておくのも大事なことだ。お嬢ちゃん、なかなか見込みがあるぜ。
Thank you. Whoa. Just give me his heart? Okay. Sounds like the tail's probably right.
それでは今度は私がボタンを押しましょう。尻尾ですね。
Yes. Got it. When Urabe pushed the button on the statue's tail, a small chime sounded.
赤くなっていた呪術師のカードが消えた。
When the mage panel turned off, the hunter panel had lit up. It's on the hunter now. You were right, Mayoshi.
よかった。あとはヌエのボタンを押すだけだ。
He let out a long, shaky sigh of relief. Yeah, we've only got one button left, but which one? Mayoshi had said the hunter attacked last, but he hadn't said where. Well, we've already attacked the leg and the tail, so that leaves us with 3 options. It didn't take long for the others to come to the same conclusion, of course.
よし、次で最後だな。が、最後のボタンはどれを押すべきなのか。おい、目押しコータ。
Yes, where?
ゲームで狩人が攻撃するのはどの部分だ？
Mayoshi shook his head slowly.
ごめん。覚えてない。
Oh, come on, you're supposed to be a walking strategy guide.
はあ？覚えてねえだと？
I thought you played it too, Mitarashi. Don't be so hard on him. Who's gonna remember every single detail of a big game like that?
当てずっぽうでボタンを押すしかないのかな。でもまた間違えたら今度こそこの部屋ガスでいっぱいになるんじゃない？
This is bad. If Miyoshi couldn't remember though, there wasn't a whole lot we could do. Then suddenly, Shirabe spoke up.
弓の攻撃。弓？待てよ待てよ。
He was mumbling to himself and tapping his forehead with his fingers. Is this some sort of nervous habit? He was doing it before too.
確か平家物語によれば、ヌエは源頼政が先祖である源頼光から受け継いだ弓で対峙した。とすると、その時に矢で貫いたのは源頼政ヌエ退治の図や神経36回戦の図版によれば確か首だ。
そうだ。確か首だったと思う。
なるほど。次は首のボタンを押すべきなんだな。
Wow, Shirabe sure knows a lot of stuff.
それでは私が首のボタンを押しましょう。
As he spoke, Urabe leaned over and pressed the button. One puzzle down, I thought, but... Uh-oh. What?
なんでだよ。狩人のカードが赤くなったんだけど。
Oh, God. The gas was also coming out of the Nua's mouth faster than before.
なぜだ？要件は全て満たしているはずなのに。
None of us had the answer. It should have worked. Shido was right, so what happened? Something's off. I couldn't shake the feeling that we'd missed some important part of the puzzle. I ran the announcement we'd heard earlier over and over in my head. What am I missing from that announcement? Oh! Explosive Insight. The Explosive Insight system helps you solve problems with the power of your mind. Pick the words and phrases that stand out by setting bombs on up to 3 of them. If one of your choices was the right one, a flash of inspiration will bring you to the solution of your conundrum. Okay. Fail the slay, statue, slay, specific steps, attack the neck, diabites poison. What? So we can do up to 3, right? Attack the neck. Slay the Nua in specific steps, maybe? Yes. She's got a little fuse on her head. I didn't realize that. Ah, dang it. I did it wrong. What are we gonna do? I can't think of anything. Why can't I figure this out? Are we gonna die? Well. That's not good. Is that really it? Like, I get one chance? I'm sorry, Uncle Keiji. Keiji? Kenji Inafune, but okay. Well then, I messed it up. Okay, you know what? Oh, can I go back? Was that her voice? Okay, let me try this again. Because I was like, if I haven't saved at all. So, okay, so it's not one of those 3. Awaken your destiny is probably important. I don't think these other ones are. But since we have 3, I guess we'll go ahead and do like this and see if this does it. But I'm guessing it's the Awaken Your Destiny. Oh, there it is. Should have figured. We still haven't figured out what the Awaken Your Destiny is supposed to mean. Could that be the hint we need? Sorry guys, I failed. I killed us all.
よく気づきましたね。
己が宿命に目覚めとは自分の宿命に気がつくという意味だろう。
I think it is. This, we're finally gonna beat this puzzle.
あの職業を示すカード。あいつが怪しいな。己が宿命に目覚めと何か関連が。
さ、実は一つ思いついたことがあるんだけど。
What?
なんだ、若さとは。言ってみ。
元のゲーム、武士道ファンタジー7ってさ、7人のパーティーになるって言ってたよね。だからカードも7枚あるんだよね。
So we're each a class?
ちょうど7人なんだけど、何か関係ないかな。
そうか。僕らも7人の選ばれし者で、勇者だってワルドブーのやつが言ってた。もしかしたらこのカードは僕たち一人一人を指しているのかもしれない。
Maybe?
なるほど。己が宿命に目覚め。つまりは、それぞれのパネルに対応した人物を見つけ出すということか。
Shido might be Bushido. That has to be it. So if Mitarashi and Urabe pushed the buttons earlier, then they have to be the monk and the mage, right?
はは、なるほどな。しかしよ、なんで俺が格闘家で、そいつが呪術師なんだよ。
イメージではないでしょうか。
あ？イメージだと？
実際の職業というより、まあ漠然とした我々の人物像との類似性で考えれば良いのだと思います。
He was right. Midashi certainly seemed like a martial monk, and Urabe clearly looked like someone who used magic. Then who's the hunter?
それお前、あいつだろ。
俺？なぜ俺が狩人なんだ？
いやまあほら、刑事っつったらこれだろ。
He grinned, making a gun with his hand, and pretended to fire it. Oh, well, if that's the case...
それだな。
いや、ちょっと待て。冗談だって。
What? Before anyone could stop him, Shido reached over and pushed the button on the neck. Everyone gasped. The flow of gas from the newest mouth suddenly stopped.
見て、象が動き出した。
Oh, it slid slowly to the side, revealing a staircase leading to a lower floor. As it did, a chime sounded and the hunter panel turned green.
床に溜まっていたガスは排気口が吸い取ってくれているようだな。
He was right. I could see the thick fog quickly vanishing into the vents on the walls. It looks like we've beaten the first part of this game. I let out a sigh of relief. It only took a few moments for all the gas to disappear.
やれやれ。
I felt the entire room relax.
しかし
Everyone, that is, except for Shido. He was busy frowning at the Nue. Is something wrong?
いや、おそらく今後も命に関わる謎が続くに違いないと思ってな。
They definitely will. Let me see if I can save. Oh, that's auto.
こんなのがまだまだあるのか。
How do you save in this game? Ah, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this episode here because that does seem like a good place to stop it. And then that way we'll be able to continue after the puzzle has been solved. So what do you guys think? I hope you guys like it. It's very fun and very interesting. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about it, though. I don't know. It's got some kind of charm to it, and hopefully I'll be better with the whole defusing the situation. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's play. And now he's running away. Carlos's plans are always really weird. I don't understand what he's thinking.
なんつうか魔が差しただけだよ。
He's trying to trigger the explosion again, I think.